Do you ever find yourself mindlessly scrolling through videos when you're supposed to be working? Well, in this video, we're going to build a Python script that puts an end to doom scrolling. You'll be able to block any distracting website across all browsers instantly. And if you want to unblock them, you'll have to write a 100-character explanation for why you need access. That explanation is going to get logged in a journal, so you have to pause and think before you unlock the distractions. So if you're interested in creating this to lower your social media usage, stay tuned and let's code it together. So the idea behind this script is simple. Your Mac has a file called etc hosts, and it looks like this when websites aren't blocked. And this is how it looks when websites do get blocked. So we're just going to make a Python script that makes these changes for us. I'm going to start by creating my Python file in Visual Studio Code. Now, let's bring in the imports we need for this program. OS for interacting with files, importing sys for terminating our script, and datetime for adding a timestamp to our journal. Now let's add the variables we're going to need. So host path is the file we need to modify to block sites. Redirect IP is the IP that the websites are going to redirect to so that the site is not able to load up. Block comment is a comment we're going to add to our etc host file to distinguish between where our new changes are and what was already in the file. Blocked sites is going to be a list containing all the websites we want to block. Let's add www and the regular URL to make sure that we block them well. And then journal file is going to be the text file where our journal entries are saved. This Python script will automatically create this file on your computer if it doesn't exist. Now for safety, let's back up the content of the host file so that we can always revert it to its original state if anything gets modified improperly. So all we have to do to back it up is create a copy by doing cp/etc/hosts to hostbackup.txt. And now let's see what our backup file looks like by doing cat hostbackup.txt. It has all of the original content. Now let's define our main function. We're going to start by displaying text to the user that says, number 1, block social media. Number 2, unblock social media. Then we'll create a variable called choice that saves the input that the user selected. If the choice is number 1, then we're going to go to a function called blocked sites, which will make just print socials blocked for now. Else, if the user selects choice number 2, we're going to do a similar thing, but for a function called unblock sites. Else, if the user types something outside of the menu, we're going to say invalid choice and exit the script. Now we're going to write if name equals main, then our main function. This makes sure that when the Python script is executed directly, the main function launches. So let's test out what we have so far. Python 3 socialblocker.py. If we select 1, we see our text printed out. And then the same thing for option 2. Great, so that part works. Let's move on to defining our block sites function. The first thing we're going to do is open our host file. Then we want to save all of the content of the file into a variable, and we'll use the variable to scan through the file and make sure we're not writing duplicate lines. Let's do file.seek 0, os.seek end to move our pointer to the end of the file where we want to write our new text. And we're going to do if the block comment is not in the file, we're going to write it to the file. And then for site in blocked sites, we'll create a variable called entry in the format of redirect IP and site. If the entry is not in the file, we're going to write a line containing the redirect IP and the site. That's what we need in order for it to be blocked. Now let's check if that functionality is working. Oh, so we got permission denied. We just need to run that command with sudo permission in front of it so that we have the permission to write to a file. Let's try it again. Oh, so we we actually got an error that says IO operation on closed file. So this is just an indentation error. We need to indent this part of the code to make sure it's under the with statement when we had opened the file. So let's try it again. Okay, nice. So that part worked. We see that the sites have been blocked. These are all the lines that were generated from our script. Our comment is there, along with all the URLs on our list. Reason for unblocking social media. So we'll save that into a variable called log entry. And if the length of the log entry is less than 100 characters, we're going to tell the user that the explanation is too short and provide the length of their explanation. And then we're going to exit the program, so they will have to retype an explanation if they want to unblock socials again. And if the log entry was a good size, then we're going to prepare the entry by getting the current timestamp string. We're going to use string format time, year, month, day, hour, and minute. And then let's open our journal file in append mode because we just want to append a new entry to it. And let's write our new entry in the format of timestamp between brackets, then the log entry followed by 2 new lines for nicer spacing. Now let's actually unlock the socials by deleting the redirect lines in that host file. So in Python, you can't delete lines from a file. You have to actually override the whole file with only the content that you want. So let's do that. We're going to open the host file in read mode first and save all the current content into a variable called lines. Now let's make a list called new lines, which will contain only the original content of the file. So for each line in lines, if the line is our block comment, then we're going to skip it and proceed to the next line. And then if the line is a redirect IP of a blocked site, we're also going to skip it and not save it into our list. And then every other line that doesn't match that criteria, we are going to add it into our list of new lines. So our list is only going to have the parts of the file without our blocked sites. Now let's open the host file and override it with the new lines list. And let's go ahead and check how our unblock function is working. So okay, so we got an error saying redirect is not defined. So it looks like I just forgot that my variable is called redirect IP instead of just redirect. So let me try that again. Okay, cool. Our script worked and all of our block sites got deleted from the file. So that's all it took. Now we have a functional script that lets us toggle between unblocking and blocking social media. And if you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel for more content like this.